NBA is invading WWE. The new Duncan Destruction Pack, which releases on June 23rd, sees 3 NBA players coming into W2K for the first time, I believe. And we're about to get up into it with the new Duncan Destruction trailer and talk about how I feel about it and new things coming to the Island Season 3. But if you guys are new here, make sure first you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell to notify you when I do put up new videos for W2K25, and hit that like button because it really helps out the video. So without any further ado, let's get up into this. So 2K Games released a trailer for the Duncan Destruction Pack showing off the 3 NBA stars we're going to be getting in WWE 2K25. And they are Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks, Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers, and Shaquille O'Neal Shaq. I've said before that I was always interested in seeing Shaq in WWE game. I just felt as though that it should have been one of the Smackdown versus Raw games. But throughout the week, they were giving us entrances for all 3 of these NBA stars. We start off with the entrance of Shaquille O'Neal, which I had to say the render looks just amazing in my personal opinion. Then Jalen Brunson, his render looks like some of these renders actually may look a little bit better than 2K, to be honest with you. And then we just got the entrance for Tyrese Halliburton. It's Halliburton. Just got the entrance for Tyrese Halliburton's entrance coming out. And also the unique thing about that is he's actually coming out to 50 Cent Mini-Men. So 2K licensed the Mini-Men song for 50 Cent. I was not expecting them to be able to do that, and that's the song that he's actually going to come out to. I'm not the biggest fan of the NBA players coming into WWE games, but however, I do feel as though that I may get a little bit more use out of this DLC than I did the Pat McAfee DLC with him and all his friends from last year. I can say that. But that's not the only thing that we got to see in this trailer, because we finally get our first look at TNA legend Abyss and Great Khali that are coming also in the Duncan Destruction Pack also. And those were the 2 ones that I was actually kind of hyped for also. And when we see here that they show Abyss, we're getting Abyss's 2010 render, it looks like. So we're going to get that Abyss from 2010. This is almost like, if anybody remembers TNA from Abyss, when he was part of that like Dr. Stevie type storyline where he was in the asylum, they were trying to get him some type of help, kind of like that. Because this back when he had the mask had the mouth opening before, because Miz had the whole mouth covered back in the early part of TNA, and that's actually the Abyss I thought we was going to get, but we're going to get the more modern type of Abyss also. And for the Great Khali, we're not getting the more modern Great Khali, we're getting more Great Khali when he first debuted facing down the Undertaker. I think that was back in 2007 when Great Khali first came in. So those are, it shows those renders for Abyss and Great Khali, which I think is actually pretty cool. We haven't seen like the classic Great Khali in a long time, and seeing that version of Abyss, first of all, just having Abyss in the game in general is actually pretty dope. But also the one thing about the render I like is that they show Abyss holding Janice. For those who used to watch TNA, Janice was the nail covered board that was Abyss's like trademark go-to weapon. So it looks like we're probably going to be getting some new weapons in this DLC pack as well, in the new update that's coming to 2K25. Because along with that, they start showing off the new moves. They show Shaq doing chokeslams to Andre Giant, and we also see that Tyrese Halliburton is having a basketball. So this is on par for what it was, because we had a football last year with Pat McAfee. You can use the football and toss the football to your opponent. So we're gonna be probably doing the same with the basketball. Look, and he does a taunt, with the basketball as well, dribbling through his legs. So now he also got the new moves from Jalen Brunson doing a step-up axe kick as well, because we got new moves that's coming. Also, we get a shot of Abyss's Black Hole Slam, which is basically the Boss Man Slam for those who know wrestling, to the Great Khali. And then it shows Great Khali doing his Khali Bomb to Abyss as well. And we also see in there as well that Shaq is doing the same type of Khali Bomb, so there may be multiple versions of the Khali Bomb that's going to happen. As when it comes also to people, when Abyss is coming out as entrance, it shows that I don't know if they're going to use Abyss's TNA theme in this. I don't see why they wouldn't, since WWE is partnered with TNA. So I would assume that they will use that. I'm just not necessarily sure, but because I know they had to update the Tron to fit like the WWE style when it comes to the Tron, opposed to what Abyss's Titantron used to look like back in TNA. So that's the observation that I made also watching this trailer. We also get to see some like a springboard moonsault to the outside of the ring by Jalen. That's supposed to be one of the new moves, and Tyrese Hottenborough doing a backflip double foot stomp. So man, let me tell you something. Talk about innovative, because first of all, get well soon, Tyrese. That was very sucky what happened at you yesterday at the game. It really did suck. But now, that's what the Dunkin' Destruction Pack looks like. And I'm actually, when it comes to the new moves, having a bit there, great Khali. And you know, like I said, I don't like the basketball players in there, but you know, they're here now. I think I'm feeling them more than the Pat McAfee pack. So we're going to see how we're going to do with them. But that's not the only thing we're going to, because now we're also getting updates for the Island Season 3. Now, I've told you before, I have played the Island for a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of the Island too much, and I felt as though I can't say I can't find much to do with it, but that's not one of my first go-to things about 2K25, and I rarely touch it. But however, I do appreciate the certain updates that they have coming to the island, and we're gonna go over some of them here with 2K release. And also, I found some of the new things that's coming up, and I found this on Twitter about new things coming to Chapter 3. And we got they showed something with Ghost of Paul Bearer and the Yowie Wowie. Looks like we probably could be getting some. Looks like the Alexa Bliss from back in when she was with Bray Wyatt as a, you know, that Firefly Funhouse Alexa Bliss. That could be added also. And I also think that they have teased a new section of the island, because I never seen it, because once again I've heard people talk about that there's a gate that's blocked off. But you can see like the Wyatt television set, or the Firefly Funhouse in a way, and it looks like that they're having like a Wyatt 6 part of the island section being added to that. I think that's gonna be probably pretty cool as well. But they do have new gear that's coming in, because with now the NBA partnering with WWE Shop, also we gonna have new gear around. So they are actually bringing in the NBA championships to the game as well. So we got looks like the Boston Celtics championship, the Indiana Pacers championship, the Lakers championship, and the New York Knicks championship as well. Along with that, we got some new Mattel pieces coming to the island as well, so we can create more Mattel figures out of superstars, which I actually do think is cool. Ever since they brought the Mattel stuff to WWE in 2K23, I believe it was, or 2K22, I think, you know, they keep expanding on the Mattel type action figure pieces, and I think that's actually pretty good as well. Along with that, in the WWE shop, they have some new merchandise. You can see they have a Bret Hitman Hart title, the new WCW NWO spray painted title, down since day one ish, Usos Bloodline shirt, but also the biggest thing out of it is the Grande Americano mask that's in there. Now, I don't know if this is hinting at a Persona card coming down the line for Chad Gable. I do kind of hope that is the case, especially when it comes to World Tour in my faction, where you can go and unlock certain Persona cards if you complete each mission. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe that is going to be the case for that. We don't necessarily know, but to see the masses right there that you can unlock on the island, that right there alone will actually make me try to go into the island and try to figure this thing out, and to get, you know, to try to unlock that as well. And then there's just more gear, from jackets to hats, that's coming to the island. But one of the biggest things that is coming, that is going to be new to Season 3 of the island, is this new thing called the Codybot. It's like a cyborg version of Cody Rhodes that's going to be coming to the island, and it's really called the Cody Rhodes, or the Cody Rhodes bot. And 2K on their Twitter account just released a snippet of the Codybot in action. Also, you do see a little bit of Codybot in the trailer when you go through the whole Dunkin' Destruction pack, showing the new things that's coming to the island Season 3. There will be a new locker code also coming on the day that this thing is released, so you guys make sure you put the locker code in as well to get the prizes for that. And that's what it's looking like for the Dunkin' Destruction pack. So come the 23rd, this is when all the new stuff is coming out. And I actually have to admit that it looks pretty exciting for the things that are coming out. So I'm going to have to make sure that I go and update the game and make sure to see what we're working with here. And like I said, I'm going to accept the NBA that's in here and the things that's in there, but I'm actually going to try the island out some more to see how far I can go to try to unlock these things, because sometimes the juice ain't really worth the squeeze when it comes to grinding, okay? But we're gonna go see what's gonna happen with that. So, how are you guys feeling about the Dunkin' Destruction Pad? Post down your comments down below. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my breakdown. Hit the subscribe button for more WWE 2K25 news and things right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC the place to be. Chill, Mr. A&D, and the Nerd Coalition is out.